Hey guys, it's Miss Lara here. We miss you so much, and I really miss being in the classroom with you every day. But I am so proud of each and every one of you for doing your work on Google Classroom. It's an adjustment for all of us, trust me. Your teachers are learning how to do it, you guys are learning how to do it, and we're getting through this. And we're doing it in a fun way. I'm really excited for the activities we've done and the ones coming up. One thing I thought would be really fun is for me to post a video on Wednesdays with activities for you guys to do when you're done with your schoolwork. So attached to this post is a PDF with some activities you can do. We've got writing, we've got some PE, we've got science, and some math this week. So you guys can do those activities. I would love for you to send me a video or a picture of you doing them or the finished product. My email will be linked to the post, and you can email me your pictures and videos, and maybe your picture or video will get featured on our Google Classroom or maybe on one of my videos. So I thought that would be super fun. Also, I'm going to do the science experiment with you guys. So this week, our science experiment has to do with penguins. Are you ready? Let's go! So the question for our experiment is, how do penguins stay dry? I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but penguins, they swim through the water and then they get out and they're in snow and they're not wet. They're not soaking wet. I want to know how they stay dry. So we've got this experiment to find out. So for our materials, we need a penguin. I was able to print mine off because I have a printer at home, but if you don't have a printer, that's totally fine. Just draw out your very own penguin and that'll do just fine. You also need crayons. You can only use crayons for this activity. You can't use markers or colored pencils. It just won't work, and I'll tell you why later. Crayons have a special secret ingredient that we need for this. You also need water. I don't have a spray bottle, so I just put my water in a cup. A spray bottle would make this a little bit easier and more fun, but I don't have one, so it's fine. Also, if you have blue food coloring, you can put it in the water to make it blue, and that'll be fun. I don't have food coloring, so mine is just in a blue cup. All right, step one is we need to color our penguin with crayons. When we have to color the whole penguin with a really thick layer of crayon, okay? If you only do it really lightly or you miss some spots, our experiment won't work. So we have to make sure to do it really hard. So I'm going to do black and white to make my penguin. You can see I'm doing it really hard. That'll help, but if I did it really light, like this, it won't work. So make sure you do a really thick layer. Okay, so one thing that's really important is I have my little penguin, but I also have to color this part white. I can't just leave it white. I have to color the whole thing with crayon, or else our experiment won't work. Okay, so my penguin is ready. I have all of it covered in crayon. So now we're gonna see if my penguin stays dry. Okay, got my water, got my penguin. Okay, you ready? As you can see little water droplets. It's not getting the paper all soaked. And then you can wipe it off, and my penguin's dry. It works. So what happened with our experiment? My penguin stayed dry, but the paper around it got wet. So what happened here? Remember at the beginning I said you have to use crayons? Well, there is a special secret ingredient in crayons that is similar to something that penguins have. It's called wax. Crayons, the stuff that they're made of, is called wax, and it actually repels water. It makes water stay away from the paper. So the water that touched my penguin didn't actually touch the paper. It touched the wax and then went right off. But as you see up here on the paper, it got wet because there was no wax up there. I didn't color up there. So penguins actually have wax on their feathers. So the wax on their feathers repels the water. It keeps the water away from their skin. This is because if water were to get on their skin and they live in the cold, they would get really, really cold and they'd stay wet and cold all day in the snow, which they probably wouldn't be able to survive that way. So the wax on their feathers keeps the water away from their skin so they can stay warm through the winter. It's pretty cool. I want to see how your penguin turned out. Send me a picture or a video of you doing it, and maybe I will post it in our next video. All right, bye.